Hey guys, today I'm gonna show you how to launch your Amazon product using Manychat and Facebook ads. And what I mean by launch an Amazon product is basically doing giveaways and then asking for reviews to get reviews and rank up your product. Okay, so in the first place, why do you need to do giveaways? Why do you have to give away your products, units of your products for free? The reason why for that is that doing giveaways will save you a lot of time. Instead of waiting for months to get your product ranked using PPC or something like that, you can get the desired amount of sales easily using product launches and doing some giveaways, okay, in order to rank your product to the specific keywords that are relevant for your product in order to kickstart the organic sales. So let's open Amazon.com and search for any product that we can use as an example. Okay, we'll take a look at my browsing history and pick a product that we can demonstrate the way of using the Manychat template in order to launch the product. So for example, let's take the bath bomb product and let's build a template for it. Okay, let's build some rebate flows for this product in order to launch it with Facebook ads. So I'm gonna show you how to set up the template that I will share with you. You can look for it at the video's description and you will find the URL there. The first thing that you need to do is to install the template. I'll install it on one of my pages, one of my Manychat bots. And as you can see here, some of the templates, because I have installed some templates which have some tags here, some custom fields already. Okay, it will show up like this. So these are custom fields, okay, and these are the bot template fields, and these are the tags. Okay, so if you are reinstalling a template to launch a second product, what you need to do is to scroll down to the till you find the bot fields and remove all of these so things don't get mixed up with each other. Okay, for example, each product has its own set of keywords that you want to rank for and so on. So instead of merging those bot fields, keyword bot fields, with the bot field that you already have, okay, installed, which is used for another product, you have to remove them so they don't get merged with each other. Okay, the second thing is to uncheck the order ID, because the template that I will share with you contains seller tools functionality where it checks the order IDs and so on. So this is a place for the order ID that the customer enters in order to get the rebate. It gets saved here. Okay, so we don't need the order IDs if you are launching two different products. You don't want the order IDs to be mixed up with the other product launches that you are doing. Okay, so basically just uncheck or don't merge the order ID. Okay, and do the same for the template bot fields. Okay, the tags, you should not see that they are merged, since once we install the template we will change the product name. Okay, now we will install the template. Here it gives us the option to input the data here, okay, one by one. Enter some data within these fields, okay, or we can skip the settings and check the settings, template settings page all in one place. Okay, it has now loaded. So the first thing is the first thing that you will see is ASIN verification. What ASIN verification means is that if you have a product with multiple variations and you want to give away some units for one ASIN only, okay? But in this case, this product doesn't have variations, okay? So if your product has variations and you want to give away like some units of of a specific variation or specific ASIN, you can check the yes button, okay? But since we are not we don't have any variations here, we can check the ASIN verification to no, okay? So it will not check the ASIN if the customer ordered the correct ASIN or not, okay? Because seller tools will already check if the customer ordered from your seller central account, okay? So it doesn't have to check really if the customer ordered a specific ASIN, okay? Here this means tax included. That means that if a customer ordered your product and you want to send them the rebate, you can send them just the product cost, okay, the product price or the retail price, or you can also include the tax, okay? Including the taxes would like the tax that the customer paid would make them more happy, but it should be okay if you don't include them, okay? For most customers it's okay, and if you want later on you can send them the tax amount manually if a customer got upset or something like that. Here, review follow-up, okay? This option means that if you want to ask for reviews after the customer have already got his rebate, okay, or you cannot or you can choose not to follow up for reviews and you are just doing this to gain rank, okay? It's your choice. I recommend that you set the review follow-up to yes, okay? That means that the flow will send an automated review follow-up to the customers who got the rebate, okay? This is the counter seller tools counter name, okay? So seller tools introduced a new functionality of having like counters, okay? And the counters would be used to limit the amount of giveaways that you do per day, okay? So you can set this counter to you can name this counter whatever you want, but remember that if you are launching 2 different products simultaneously, okay, and installed the template twice and set it up for each product, you can set this counter to add a specific name to the counter, and the name has to be without any spaces, okay? So we'll just keep it as counter 1, okay? The counter value total, this value total you can set it to be 0, okay? This value counter, don't change it, it's just a bot field, okay, that saves the amount, the counter value each time. Like seller tools will increment the value each time someone completes the rebate process, okay? Someone like orders the product and enters his email and so on, okay? So the seller tools counter value total value should be 0, okay? Keep it at 0 and it will count and it will increment the values as more people complete the offer, okay? Here, if you want to use 2-step URLs or not, okay, you can choose to use 2-step URLs, or you can choose not to use a 2-step URL and rely only on SFB, okay? SFB stands for search, find, buy, okay? That means that the customer will search manually by searching for a specific keyword before ordering your product, Okay, so if you turn off the two-step URLs, don't turn off the SFB, and if you did turn off the SFB, you have to turn on the two-step URLs. So when should you use the two-step URLs and when should you use SFB? Okay, I'll show you how to know that. Okay, first of all, I'll use as an example of like searching for keywords and so on, I'll use Helium 10. Okay, and I'll use the Cerebro tool. I'll pick the product, I'll take the product ASIN and see the product's current ranking. So for example, the product rank for the main keyword bath bombs is 24. Okay, so we can use this keyword without SFB when the like if the product is on the first page, okay, or at the top of the second page when you check the search results, then you can use the SFB without the two-step URLs. Okay, but if the product is not ranked that well, for example, the product isn't ranked that well for the keyword bubble bath, so you can like rank it up with two-step URLs, then switch to using SFB after the product has gone, after the product rank becomes like 30 or 20. Okay, the search find by method works better than the two-step URLs, but the two-step URLs are easier for the customer to find the product. So if the product rank is not that well, is not ranked that well for the keywords that you are trying to rank for, then it's better to use the two-step URLs than SFB. Or you can use both. Actually, you can turn on both, and what this does is that it will ask the customer to search using search find by. Okay, it will give the customer the keyword, and if he was able to find the product using just the keyword, okay, it will not give him a two-step URL. Okay, it will ask the customer if he was able to find the product without using if he was able to find the product just by searching with the keyword. If he couldn't find the product, then you can use then he can use the two-step URLs. Okay, so it's a good method to use both search find by and the two-step URLs, and you can just set it up and forget about it, and more people will use the keyword rather than using two-step URLs, using the URLs when the product ranks up. Okay, so here there is the option to choose whether you want to send a rebate as a Visa gift card. Seller Tools has the functionality of sending Visa gift cards. Okay, or you can choose to send the customers an Amazon gift cards. Okay, so if you choose yes, it will send the customers Visa gift cards after their orders have been verified. After their order has been verified. Okay, or you can select no, and it will send them an Amazon gift card instead. Okay, keep in mind that if you that the Amazon gift cards can be used worldwide. Okay, they can be added to any Amazon account worldwide, but the Visa gift card would be, it can still be used worldwide, but it will be only in USD, US dollars. Okay, here this is the Amazon URL. Okay, by the Amazon URL, that means that if you want to if the marketplace of the product is Amazon.com, Amazon.co.uk, Amazon.ca, so type in the correct Amazon domain for the marketplace. Okay, for now the product here is in the US, so we'll keep it as Amazon.com. Here you will add the review URL. Okay, I recommend personally that you add this is the universal review URL. You can add it with the product ASIN, or you can add it without the product ASIN. Okay, So if you want to generate a URL, you can use Seller Tools / Genie, okay, and generate a 5-star like a 5-star review URL. What this does is that it can like send the customer the URL. I mean, you can send the customer this URL, and if he goes to that URL, he will I mean, it will prompt him to submit a 5-star review right away, okay. But I don't recommend adding the ASIN in the URL because it can alert Amazon that you are doing like a giveaway or something like that, or Amazon can register that as like manipulating the reviews or something like that. So I don't recommend adding the ASIN, and the flow will already send the product image to the customer. So if he went to the universal review URL, it will show him all of the products that he recently ordered, and he can look for your product, okay, because we will send him the image, the product's image, and he can review the product. So it's better to remove the ASIN part, okay. I also recommend that instead of like adding the URLs without masking them with bit.ly, is that you it's better to mask the URLs with bit.ly, because Amazon will not be able to find out that the customer came from Manychat, okay. Actually, let me use bit.ly. It used my other domain which is connected to bit.ly. Sorry. Okay, so you can use a bit.ly link, okay, without the ASIN, just because it would be harder for Amazon to know that you are directing traffic to ask for reviews. I'm not saying that it's wrong to do that, but it will like I mean, it's safer to do it that way. With Amazon, there are a lot of gray areas and so on, so I don't recommend sending a URL with your ASIN in it. Okay, this part is the targeted ASIN. Okay, targeted ASIN. So here, if you selected the ASIN verification to yes, then it's better to add, I mean, you have to add the product's ASIN here, okay? And it will check if the product, if the customer ordered this ASIN or not. Okay, so yeah, we'll keep it as on. The ASIN verification is on, okay? And it will check if the customer ordered this specific ASIN and not any other product or ASIN in the seller account. Now we need to add the two-step URLs, and before adding the two-step URLs, we need to figure out the keywords that we want to rank for. So we can use Cerebro to find out what keywords that we need to rank for. We need to pick 3 different keywords which is relevant to our product, okay, and yeah, relevant to our product, and it's not too competitive to make it impossible to rank for it. So for example, this keyword requires 1328 giveaways, okay, so it would be impossible for us to do that amount, or especially like I mean, I imagine that the budget would be enormous in order to do that kind of giveaways. So it's better to rank for lower keywords, okay? So we can choose this one, or we can choose even more longer tail keywords, okay? So actually, let's pick these 3 instead of the top 2 keywords, okay? Just because it would be the amount of giveaways would be more reasonable. Okay, so bath bombs for women, we'll add it into keyword 1, bath bombs to keyword 2, and bath bombs for kids to keyword 3. Okay. Now we need to create two-step URLs for these three keywords. And actually we can skip creating the two-step URLs if we chose not to use them. Okay. So I'll just imagine that we will use them. So we can use Genie, and I recommend using the hidden keyword because I have got good results with it. And you can use also the ASIN field or something like that. But in my in my experience, the ASIN field shows the product even if it's not indexed for these for the keyword that you are targeting. So it's not a good idea to rank for a product, to rank for a keyword that you are not indexed for. Okay. So that's a like a drawback of using the ASIN field. So I recommend using the hidden keyword. What I mean by index is that Amazon's algorithm decided to index the product for a specific keyword, and if your product is not indexed and you try to rank for it, you might be you might end up wasting a lot of giveaways and wasting a lot of units on giveaways without having a real benefit, because Amazon's algorithm might not have decided to index your product for that keyword, so it doesn't make much sense to rank for it. So let's see if we are indexed for this keyword, and we will create a two-step URL via hidden keyword. The two-step URL via hidden keyword. Okay. I added the keyword. Now we need the ASIN. Generate, create bit.ly. Then we can test it. Okay, it looks like it's working, but for some reason so the seller of this product decided to change the photo. Okay, change the main image. Anyway, let's continue. So this is the product. Okay, so it's if it shows up, then it's indexed. Okay, make sure that if you are not in the US, that you choose the US, because the product might not be available outside of the US. Okay. So yeah, the product is indexed for this keyword, so we can rank for it. Okay, and I created a bit.ly link. We'll copy that bit.ly link and add it into the two-step URL 1. We'll do the same for the two-step URL 2. And two-step URL 3. Okay. Now we need to set up the daily limit. The daily limit means the amount of giveaways that you want to do per day. Okay. So let's say that I want to do, actually let's calculate the amount of giveaways that we need to do in total. So the product's rank for this keyword, okay, is 3. So we probably don't need to rank for this keyword, but let's imagine that we needed to. Since the product rank is 3, okay, that means that it should be the third listing, but actually the Cerebro data, ranking data, is not accurate. I mean, it doesn't get updated every day. Okay, it gets updated every 7 days or so. So double check the ranking manually. Okay, so it's not actually in the 3rd place. Okay, it's like on the 8th place or something like that. But anyway, it has got a good rank for this keyword, so we can decide to do 50 giveaways for that one. This one is the rank for this one is not that good, so we can choose to do 200 giveaways. Okay, like getting to the top 30 is harder than getting from the very bottom to there, okay? And so on. So this one probably needs around 150 to 200 giveaways to be the top listing for that keyword. You don't have to be actually in the you don't have to be the top listing, but you need to get your product to the top 10 or top 5 in order to start selling using this keyword, okay? So we'll imagine that we need 200 giveaways for that one, 20 giveaways for this one, and 20 giveaways for that one, okay? So 200 plus 20 plus 20, okay, is 240, okay? So 240 is needed to do, we need to remember that we need to do the amount of giveaways in 8 days. So 240 divided by 8, okay? That means that we need to do 30 giveaways per day, okay? So the daily limit here would be 30. The product name, okay? So for the product name, remember not to add the brand name, okay? So for some sellers, the brand name is before the product name, okay? So it's better actually not to add the full title or the brand name, so that the customers would not search using it and skip searching for the product with the actual URL that you provided, okay? So I recommend adding a generic word, okay, for the product, which is bath bombs, which describes the product, what the product is, but doesn't give the customer something to search using, not without searching with any like with these keywords, okay? Or at least if he searched with this keyword, we would still rank for something, okay? The rebate quantity is the amount of rebates that we need to do in total, okay? So let's say that we needed to do 240 giveaways, okay? So that's 240, okay? Here you need to add the the Seller Tools API, okay? So I'll log into my Seller Tools account in order to get the API. What Seller Tools does is it allows you to check the order IDs, okay, and send the rebates automatically to the customer. So it automates the whole process. Instead of checking the order IDs manually and so on, you can do it with Seller Tools. So basically what Seller Tools will do is that you can add a balance to it, okay? Add funds to your Seller Tools account. Then after adding funds, it will automatically check if the customer ordered your product, okay? Then it will check the amount that he paid from Amazon, okay? Whether you want to refund, as we said, we can like refund the tax, or you can choose not to refund the tax, okay? And it will send a Visa gift card or an Amazon gift card, whatever you choose, to the customer. Yeah, it will send a Visa gift card to the customer, okay? So it gives you an API key, and this API key will be used to connect Manychat to Seller Tools and communicate with it, and it will tell Seller Tools to send a gift card to the customer, or like check an order ID, and it will submit back data to Manychat if the order ID was verified or not verified, and so on, okay? So you can check the link in the description. It contains a link to subscribe to Seller Tools, okay? Check the description, you will find a link to Seller Tools, okay, with 15% off. Check the description, you will find a link to Seller Tools with 15% off, okay? So first of all, you will go to Seller Tools, create an account, then you will go to billing, okay, and type in a coupon code, okay. Type in, choose the subscription. You need the starter subscription in order to like use Seller Tools automation, okay. Then add the coupon code Manychat with all caps, okay. It will give you 15% off. After doing that and after connecting your marketplace, I mean, it will give you instructions on how to connect your Amazon marketplace with Seller Tools. Then after doing that, it will give you some API keys, okay. You need the live API key. The testing API key is for testing and finding out if the automation works or not, but the live API key is actually the API key used to check order IDs and to send the rebates and the gift cards to the customers, okay. So you need to copy that, then enter it into the Seller Tools API field. Here, this is the wallet balance, okay, and this is the minimum wallet balance. So for example, if your product cost about $24, okay, so you need a wallet balance to be more than $25, and if it's less than that, it would not try to send the gift card to the customer because it will fail, okay. So if we are refunding the tax, okay, if we clicked on yes and we are refunding the tax, you can set it to be about $3 or $4 higher than the product cost, but for now we'll set it to be like 26 or something like that, just to have room for increasing or decreasing the product price, okay. Or if you have increased the product price, you can edit it in the template settings, okay. Once we are done with the template settings, the template settings are in settings, install templates, this one, okay, and you can edit the keywords whenever you want. You can change the rebate quantity, you can add increase the daily limit, you can increase the wallet balance, and so on. Once you are done with the template settings, you will go to the settings, then tags, and here you will find the product tags, okay. So yeah, what you can do is that you can take the product name, or the main name at least, and change the tags to match the product name, okay. So I have actually a tool that helps me out in changing the tags, okay. It searches for this in the input fields, and it replaces it with the product name that I enter here, okay. Then I click replace all, and it replaced all of the product name with the actual product name, okay. Then I just click and add a spacebar, so Manychat updates the tag, okay. Here also you can I added the word email, yeah, it's a small mistake, so you can just remove that, okay. So make sure that once you edit any tags, Manychat updates it, okay. Then what you need to do next is to click on SMS and enable the SMS, enable the emails as well, and add your company's contact info, okay, like the address, the company name. This is not an actual address, but you can add an actual one, okay. So the address and the company name will be sent like under the email, okay, under each email, and this makes the email more authentic, and it's actually required by Manychat to be able to send emails, and it will prevent your email from going to spam, okay. Actually, with this strategy, I forgot to mention that it needs a Manychat Pro account, okay. So you can go to the settings, billing, and make sure that you have a Pro subscription. Actually, this is not it says here action needed, that 20% of the messages are outside of the 24-hour window. but it's actually outside of the 24-hour window, because the 24-hour plus 1 24 plus 1 hour rule is still there. But after March 4th, Messenger will change the rule to be the 24-hour rule. Okay, so as you can see, it checks here, and this tag which we are using right now is the 24 plus 1 hour window, outside of the 24 plus 1 hour window. But this will automatically be changed to the outside of the 24-hour window instead of the 24 plus 1 hour window. So I mean, basically, this is a false alarm. Okay, false warning, and you can ignore it. After March 4th, the flow will be automatically updated, and it will be compliant with Facebook's new Messenger policy. Okay, so once we are done with setting up the template, enabling the SMS and email, you can go to the growth tools, this one, and change the product name with the actual product name. Okay, then save it. Then click on edit, click on the message. Then although we added the product name in the settings, but the opt-in message doesn't have the option to like add in a custom field. So and I prefer to have the product name in the actual opt-in message. And what I mean by the opt-in message is that this is the message that the user receives once he clicks on the ad. So it's the first message that he receives once he clicks on the Facebook ad. So it's better to like welcome the user, thank him for his interest, then ask him if he is actually interested or not. Okay, actually here I don't add a button saying that he is not interested, because it's actually better for us that if the user is not interested, to just leave this message without replying, because Facebook optimizes for messages, and adding a no button means that it can optimize for people who are not interested, and we don't want that. Okay, so here we can select the product image. Okay, we need to add in the opt-in message an image which isn't the product main image. Okay, so we'll choose that one. Okay, this one looks okay. Save it, then just drag it to the starting step. Okay, once that is done, you can click publish. You have to click publish in order to save changes done within the flow. Then click on the rebate flow. Takes a little bit of time to load. Then click on edit. It's an enormous flow, so don't get afraid by the amount of components it have. I mean, it's still pretty simple, but Manychat takes a little bit of time to get used to, and I'll show you how to like set up the launch, okay, without having to understand each and every component of Manychat, because it takes a lot of time to understand all of that. Okay, so secondly, you can add a second image. Okay, in this step of the flow. Okay, we'll choose also a product image which isn't the main image. The reason why we are not adding the main image is that we will have to add the main image on later steps in the flow, where the customer have to search for the product. Okay, and we don't want to add the same image over and over again, because it will be boring for the user. Okay, So the images are added actually to increase the interaction, like the engagement rate and the click-through rate. Customers engage more when there are images and so on. Okay, then in the next steps in the flow, we will have to add the main image of the product. Actually, this main image doesn't look good, but yeah, it's the choice of the seller. Okay, we'll drag this here, drag it here, and lastly drag it there. Okay, then this flow is all set. Okay, we just needed to add some images. We couldn't add images from the template settings because Manychat doesn't have like an image template field or something like that, so it needed to be done within the flow. But actually you don't have to check other settings in the flow, but maybe if you wanna like change this randomizer, this one, and that randomizer are the randomizers that randomizes the keywords that the customer that the customer gets through the SFP or through the two-step URLs. So for example, in that case, we needed to give away 200 units for a keyword and 40 units and 20 units each for the other keywords. So we can type in 200 over 240 multiplied by like 100. Okay, so that's 80 like about 83%. Okay, so this keyword will be 83% and the other ones would be, let's check, 28% each. Okay, 8%, 8%. It has to be 19. It has to be 100%. They have to be 100% on total. So we just will make this 9%, 8%, 83%. Okay, and we need the same percentages using the two-step URLs also. 9%, 83%, 8%. Okay, and when you change the keywords, you can go back and edit the flow again. Okay, then we will publish this flow. Okay, and it's published. There is nothing else that we need to do, but basically it will go this way. The customer will get this message that we are launching a brand new product and so on, and basically he will have to buy the product, and we will send him 100% rebate, so he will technically get the product for free, and this will show the customer the amount of rebates that we are doing. Okay, actually this is the amount of giveaways that we are doing in each day, so this will be a fixed number. Okay, so if we set it to be 30, it will be that we have only 30 left. Okay, but this value would not change. I mean, these conditions which are repeated in every step of the flow, it checks if the rebate quantity is greater or equal than 1. Actually here, if the rebate quantity is greater or equal than 1, if the seller tools counter value total is less than or equal than the daily limit. Okay, so the seller tools value total will keep increasing, will keep going up until it hits the daily limit. Okay, which we added into the settings. Then this condition would be false. Okay, so it will send the customer that we are all out and so on. Okay, sorry, we are all out and so on. Okay, here, this is the rebate complete tag. That means that if the customer already completed the rebate for this product, it will not allow him to go through the flow, and he would receive that message saying that we are all out and so on. Okay, sorry, that we are only offering 1 rebate per customer. Okay, this is the terms, okay, that gets sent to the customer once he enters his phone number. Okay, the phone number, I made it so that it's optional. We need the phone number in order to send the customer an SMS message as a follow-up. So outside of the 24, once the 24-hour applies, okay, so it will be instead of the 24-hour window, I might have to remove this skip button, but for now I'll keep it. Okay, just because it's not really important right now to ask for customers' phone numbers. Okay, but I keep I ask for customers' phone numbers in order to prepare for March 4th change. Okay, so here it asks the customer to search on Amazon.com or .uk or any other Amazon domain for each marketplace that we added. Okay, and this is the product name custom field, which will add the product name that we entered in the settings. It will check in each step if the rebate quantity is still not reached. We have not surpassed the daily limit, and the tag isn't completed. That means that the customer didn't complete the rebate flow before. Okay, the randomizer will randomize the keyword that the customer will get, and the keyword will be added here. Okay, it will ask the customer to go to Amazon.com or Amazon.uk and so on and type this keyword. Okay, that gets randomized, so it will send him one of the 3 keywords that we added. Actually, you can, if you want, you can like duplicate this, then add a variation, another variation in the randomizer and connect it to it, and add more keywords which will not be in the template settings. I mean, if you needed to do a product launch with more than 3 keywords. Okay, so the customer will click on the go to Amazon, and it will go to the Amazon product URL, okay, which is Amazon.com or something like that. Then he will search using one of these keywords, one of the 3 keywords. Then it will ask the customer if he like found the product or not. If he didn't find it, it will check if the it will check if the 2-step URL is set to true or false. Okay, so that means that the 2-step URLs are enabled or disabled. Okay, if they are disabled, it will just ask the customer to keep searching and not to forget using the keyword that then it will ask the customer again if he was able to find it. Okay, but if the 2-step URLs are enabled, it will give the customer a 2-step URL. Okay, and the URL will be under the image here. Okay, and so on. And if the SFB was set to false, that means that we will not use SFB. It will send the customer a 2-step URL directly without using SFB, search find by. Okay, so it will give the customer here it says that the customer have 5 minutes to buy the product and come back with the order ID. He can click on I have my order ID. Then basically this is the automation step from Seller Tools, where it checks the order ID if it's correct or not. Then if the order ID is not correct, it will ask the customer to enter it again and so on. And it will ask the customer on which email he would like to receive the gift card to. Okay, and once that is done, it will thank the customer and so on. I mean, it will say that the gift card will be sent as soon as the order is shipped. Okay, so really what we need to do is to change the images here, change the like the percentages at which each keyword is sent, like the weights of each keyword, and then publish it. Publish the flow, I mean. Once the flow is published, you can check the auto rebate distribution with gift cards. And in this, if you selected that the gift card will be sent, if the product is, the gift card, a Visa gift card will be sent, or an Amazon gift card will be sent, it will send the gift card based on the gift card that you choose, the gift card type that you added. As you can see here, in this step, it checks if the Visa card is true, then it sends a Visa gift card. Okay, if it's false, then it sends an Amazon gift card. Okay. Also here it checks if you want to include the taxes, then it will add up the retail price and the tax. If it's if the tax are not enabled, then it will just send the customer the gift card amount that seller tools will create, and send the customer would be just the retail price. Okay, so we don't need to do anything here. As you can see here, for the review follow-up, it checks if the review follow-up is set to true. It will send the customer the review follow-up, which will be sent within which will get triggered and will be sent within 3 to 5 days after the product has been shipped. So it will give the customer some time to test the product and give us his opinion, or submit his opinion on Amazon. Okay, and the review follow-up is using SMS and emails if the customer is outside of the 24-hour after March 4th, but before March 4th, most of the messages will be sent using Messenger, using regular Messenger messages. Okay, here there is a step before the review follow-up, which is that one. This one is the review percentage. Okay, the follow-up sending percentage. So if you are launching a brand new product, okay, then Amazon would notice that you had a spike in reviews. So it's better to set this to 50% in order to send the review follow-up to just 50% of the customers. Okay, because if you sent the review message to everyone and everyone did leave a review, Amazon would notice and it may flag your listing for having a high percentage of reviews. But if your product is already selling, okay, and you are just looking to rank it up or relaunch it or something like that, then you can set it to be 100%. Okay, it's better to keep the review percentage less than 25%, so you can calculate how many sales that you are getting per week, and set the review percentage based on that. Here it randomizes the delay between 3 to 5 days. Okay, so it will send the review follow-up within 3 to 5 days after the rebate has been sent. The reason why we do that is that we don't want to send the messages all at once. Okay, this will distributing the reviews over a longer period of time would not would decrease the risk of Amazon noticing an unusual activity of like reviewing the product. Amazon may think that your product, if all of the people reviewed the product at once, Amazon may think that you are hiring like a review farm or something like that to buy and leave reviews for your product. Okay, so it's better to do that. Okay, here it checks if the customer is tagged by this tag, and if he is tagged by this tag, then it stops the review follow-up. So for example, if a customer already left a review for my product and I don't want to bother him again, okay, I don't want to send him this review follow-up thing, okay, I can just tag him with this tag and it will stop. So if I clicked on the audience, this one, any customer, I could add a tag, paste, then if I tagged the customer by this tag and he already bought the product, the Manychat would not send him the review follow-up message, so I don't have to bother the customer anymore if he already left a review. Or for example, if someone is unhappy about the product or something like that, I can stop him from getting the review follow-up anyway, because we know that he will not leave a good review, so it's better to stop the review follow-up for him. Okay, so this will allow you to stop the review follow-up whenever you want, after it has been triggered already. Okay, here it checks if the messenger window is outside of the 24+1 hour window, and this will be changed to the 24-hour. And if he is outside of the 24-hour window, that means that we are not allowed to send him a regular messenger message. So in that case, we send him an email that says thank you for buying our product and so on, and use the buttons below to express your to tell us about your experience or something like that, or express your opinion. It will say that we are not we will not include we will include you in our VIP club if you share your experiences with our products. This isn't that we are not incentivizing the customer directly for leaving a review. We are not offering anything for leaving a review, so it's still we are still compliant with the Amazon's terms of services. Okay, it doesn't mean that Amazon could restrict the product for having a high review ratio, that we are doing something wrong. We are not doing anything wrong. It's just that it's an automatic thing where if Amazon noticed an unusual activity or something like that, they may place some restrictions whether or not you are doing something which is against the terms of service or not. Okay, this is our email address or something like that, mailing address, which you can like pause. I guess this is the company name and address, okay, which will be changed. This will be changed by the company name and the address. Here it will wait 2 days, then it will check if the customer interacted with this email. So if he interacted with the first email, clicked on any of the buttons in the first email, it will not send him any more emails, or any more SMS messages. But if he opted in for SMS and he didn't interact with the email, we send him an SMS and so on. So basically what you need to do in this flow is just to click on the images and to change it with the main image. Okay, it has to be the main product image that we are using, that you are using right now for your product, just so that the customer could find the product, especially since we are not giving them a review URL with the ASIN in it. We want them to search for the product in the orders page. Okay, all you have to do is to drag the image and insert it where you should. Okay, as you can see here in the messenger message, it asks the customer if he don't mind about sharing his opinion. If he clicked on sure that he don't mind doing that, it asks the customer if he loved the product or hated it. If he loved the product, it asks him how many stars he would give for the product. If he said 4 or 5 stars, okay, it would ask him to leave a review. If he said 3, 2 or 1, then it goes to the damage control path, where like it asks the customer to tell us his opinion, and you can like send him a free product or something like that, just as a compensation if you want to, for maybe he received a damaged product or something like that. So it's better to communicate with the customer rather than having him submit a bad review in Amazon. Okay, here after 23 hours we ask the customer, we check in on the customer to see if he was able to leave a review or not. If he did, then we thank him and that's it. If he didn't, we tell him that we are a small company, something like that. It will give other buyers peace of mind in buying a quality product. It will let other buyers find our quality product and so on. So it drives them emotionally in order to take the time to click on leave a review, then actually leave a review. So once you are so after setting up the flows, all you need to do is to go to growth tools, this one, setup, then copy the JSON code. Okay, I'll show you how to copy the JSON code in a second. So we'll close some tabs. And we'll open the Facebook Ads Manager. Create. This is my personal ad account, which I'm not using. Okay, what we need to do is to select messages. Okay, a messages ad. Then we can copy the product name. Okay, you can call this campaign the product name, then launch or something like that. Then click on continue. For the audience, we need to this product is in the US, so it doesn't make much sense to target any other place. Okay, and it's better to select people who live in the US, not just people who were recently in the US, because they might be foreigners or something like that. Okay, bath bombs are more for like women. Okay, and we'll check if there is a bath bomb interest. I think I saw it. Yeah, so this is a direct interest. We don't have to like target people who are in fitness or something like that. I mean, it's a direct interest. It's an interest which directly mentions the product or something like that. So these are people who are interested, who expressed an interest in bath bombs. Okay, if you didn't find a direct interest for your product, you can, so for supplements you will target weight loss or collagen or something like that, or fitness. So we can check the bath bomb interest to find out what's the percentage of people who are interested in bath bombs in the US, what's the audience size, how many of them are men and how many are women. So definitely bath bombs are is a women's product, more of a women's product, so we'll select that. As you can see, the people who are interested in bath bombs are fairly distributed, so I will not limit the age range. We might just limit it to be 64 instead of 65 plus. In the page likes, you can check the pages who sell like brands. You might find brands who are selling bath bombs. Okay, so yeah, we can you can do your research about the interests and so on. Okay, so I will just select bath bombs, then narrow it down by people who are interested in online shopping. Okay, you can target here people who speak English only, but since it's in the US, most people, it's an English speaking country, so it doesn't matter. I'll keep the placements as automatic, since also it's a giveaway, so it doesn't matter if I chose mobile only or something like that. Although Manychat, because it relies on Messenger, it's more of mobile only. Messenger is used by mobile devices more than desktops, and it doesn't look that good on desktop, so you can choose mobile only, but I will just go with automatic. Okay, so we will go with the automatic placement. For the budget, we said that we needed to give away 30 products, so you can set it to be $30, assuming that each product would be, each unit, each giveaway would cost us $1. But I like to set it to be like a little bit lower, because the product might be in high demand and I'll just be wasting ad spend. So we can set it to be 15, or if you don't care about ad spend that much, rather than like launching the product, you can select 30 or something like that, assuming it will cost $1 per giveaway, which actually in many cases it costs way less than that. So while this loads, we need a product, we need an image to use it with the Facebook ad. So I have actually created an image for the bath bombs before. You can choose between the images designs, like you can choose this design where it says that we will give that percent, okay, or a gift card with that percent, that amount, or you can do this design which I actually created for this product already. Okay, this is the image design. It says get totally for free, get this product totally for free with 100% rebate, and I found out that this design works really well, so all I have to do is to download it. It's really easy with Canva. You can just drag and drop images from Google, then add in your product image. Make sure that you are using the same image, the same page as the page used by Manychat, or else it wouldn't, the Facebook ad would not be able to connect with Manychat, with the Manychat flow. So I'll go to the downloads and select the image. Okay, this is an image. This is the image. We can create a simple ad copy which says get this get the bath bombs for free after 100% rebate. The offer is very limited, so be quick. Okay, that's it. A simple ad copy straight to the point. Then you can just copy this this part, add it to the headline, or you can get creative with the headline. It doesn't really matter as long as it's straight to the point. Okay, don't create like an ad copy with too much text. Okay, because it will have a lower click-through rate. Okay, also with the giveaways, try to aim for an audience which is more than 1 million. Okay, so it's a broad audience. Just because the product is free, you don't really want to narrow down the audience, because it will actually cost you more that way. Okay, use single images. My advice is that you use single images. Also use an image instead of a video, because videos have lower, get a lower amount of clicks, because the customers need to watch the video in order to like decide whether they want to click on the ad or not. But with this kind of ad, they just click on it, then find out if they are interested or not in the flow. So I recommend using images. Okay, and I don't recommend also using carousel. I've tried it before and it didn't work well with giveaways. Okay, but that isn't the case always. You can like try carousel and it might work for you, but it didn't work out for me. Okay, so once the ad image is created and the ad copy is created, all you have to do is to copy the JSON code over to the Facebook ad account. The messenger setup within the Facebook ad. So you can go to the setup, copy this code, then I'll show you from the beginning. You can click on advanced JSON in the messenger setup section of the ad setup. Then click on at the beginning of the code, delete everything, paste the new code from Manychat, and click on save and finish. That's it. And everything is all set. You can click on confirm, and after clicking on confirm, the ad will take about 3 to 4 hours to get approved by Facebook. Then it will start running. So actually, let me give you a little bit of advice about launching Amazon products. Okay, using Facebook ads to launch Amazon products is not profitable. Okay, it's just for getting reviews and rank initially to kickstart the organic sales. Okay, so I recommend doing some giveaways. Okay, you cannot really launch an Amazon product without giveaways in 2020. Because how competitive the market have gotten, and actually getting profit from Amazon, getting profit for an Amazon product will only be done, by paid advertisement, will be only through PPC. However, I have tried launching many Amazon, not launching, but getting profit out of Facebook ads for Amazon products, and it just doesn't work out, because there is no true tracking. You cannot add a Facebook pixel into the listing, and you cannot create a conversions campaign. Okay, so it will optimize for clicks or messages, but it cannot optimize for sales, actual sales or conversion. That's why you cannot get profit out of selling, out of Facebook ads for Amazon products. Okay, so what you need in order to launch this product is that you need, in order to launch your product using Manychat and Facebook ads, is obviously you need a Manychat Pro account. You need to have a Facebook ad account, which you can easily use. You can just create a Facebook ad account. Okay, you need to use Canva, and you need, more importantly, you need a seller tool subscription. So I'll provide links to all of that in the description. Okay, mostly seller tools and Manychat, and I'll also provide a link to my services regarding Manychat product launches and PPC and Manychat flow building in general. For I build flows for multiple businesses, and if you wanted to use my help in that field, I can help you out. And also I'm an expert in Facebook ads and Manychat. So yeah, you can check out my services in the description down below. And if you enjoyed watching this video and you felt that you have gotten some information from it, you can hit that like button and comment down below what should I create a video next. Okay, I can create a video about launching Amazon products using PPC, or like creating coupon campaigns. Okay, I'll also provide a link to the flow that I used in the description. Okay, this is a flow that I perfected over a long period of time, with trial and error, and launching many Amazon products. I've launched about like 200 or more Amazon products. And don't forget to use the code, the coupon code Manychat with all caps in order to register for Seller Tools, and it will give you also 15% off. It will also support my work and so on. Okay, so that's it for now. Let me know your opinion in the comments, and I'll sign off. Goodbye.